I'm Chef Anthony Pino, and it's Sunday dinner. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a delicious Bronzino with a pistachio crust with garlic, tomato, and arugula. Let's talk about our fish here. We have delicious Bronzino from the Mediterranean, otherwise known as the Mediterranean Seabass. What a delicious fish, delicate, and it cooks pretty quick. So, we're going to have our egg wash here, which is just some cracked egg yolks, our traditional breadcrumbs that are unseasoned, and I have my 2 fillets of the Bronzino. I'm going to season them lightly with a little bit of salt and pepper on both sides. Flip them over. Now the Bronzino is really delicious, and like I said, it's going to cook quickly. I'm going to skip the flouring part. When you bread something, you usually go flour, egg wash, and then breadcrumbs. We're going to skip the flour part. Okay? We're going to go nice and light on our breadcrumbs. We don't want to encase the whole fish in breadcrumbs and make it like a fish cake. So what we're going to do is here, after I do the egg wash, some pistachio. And these are roasted, toasted, salted pistachios that I ground up. And a little bit of breadcrumbs. Both sides. Nice and light. We're going to keep this dish nice and light. Now, you're going to say sometimes, oh, like with my family, Sunday dinner has always been a big part of our lives. Growing up with my grandparents, Anna and Frank from South Philly, love them, I miss them. We always had a fish on a Sunday, especially during the spring and summer. So them being in the Italian market from South Philly, they'd always bring something, whether it's Bronzino or salmon, and calamari, stuff of that sort. So this is a tribute to them, love them, and this is a great dish. It's something, when I was growing up, I was always next to my grandmother in the kitchen. Showed me how to make borjolo, meatballs, roast pork, all those great Italian specialty items. So this is for her. So I have my pan heated over here with a little bit of canola oil. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, you hear that? Lay that in on one side. I'm going to move it around. I have 2 fillets in there. Let me just adjust the heat a little bit. I'm going to turn it up a little. Okay? So you have that. I'm going to remove this mess. See how it's bubbling up around? They're moving. They're not sticking. That means the pan is just at the right heat. It has some nuts into it, so it could brown, caramelize a little bit more, but I wouldn't be too concerned about that. It's going to be great. Okay? But now, along with that, I'm going to start my sauce for this. Extra virgin olive oil. Like I said before, I always have marinated garlic around. So, sliced garlic just a little bit. Heat that up in the pan. And just until it starts to caramelize. The caramelization is really going to bring out the roasted garlic flavor, nice and sweet. So along with that, I have cherry tomatoes, capers, and at the end we're going to top this dish with fresh arugula. Okay. As this is starting to cook, and swirl it around a little bit. Get that frying. Okay. Now I'm going to remove it from the heat. I'm going to add my cherry tomatoes. Now the cherry tomatoes, I quarter them, and they're going to start to release their natural juices, and that's really going to be the body of the sauce. Add a little salt to the cherry tomatoes. Once they start to see everything caramelizing nicely like it is now, add a little bit of white wine to the glaze. I'm going to let that wine cook out and reduce. Now I'm going to come back to my fish over here and see how everything's coming along. Now I can tell by this dish, the fish is starting to brown a little bit around. That means it's almost time to flip. So I have my fish flipper here. You can get underneath. I'm going to flip. Whoops. Flip. There you go. Plug it in on the flip. Flip. There you go. Nice color, golden brown. Now even like that, I know, even by the touch, it probably has another about a minute or so to 2 minutes on that one side, and then it's going to be ready to go. So by then, my sauce is reducing over here. I'm going to turn up the heat on this one just a little bit to get it going. I'm going to add some chicken stock. Just a little. So I really wanted the sauce to get working. I'm going to add some fresh parsley to it. I always add fresh parsley to an end of a sauce or dish. I want it to be vibrant and fresh and really bring out the true flavors of everything. I'm going to let that reduce while this finishes cooking over here. And this dish is almost ready to be plated. So I have my plate. And again, like great tradition through my family, fish on Sundays. And this is something inspired by my grandmother. Next week you're going to see that. Now you could also use, besides the Bronzino, even that's Mediterranean, you can use black sea bass or a striped bass, or even good with this is like Chatham codfish. You can do that to any fish really. Try to stay away from, I wouldn't do it with salmon, it's not my flavor, but this is exactly. Now these fish, just by touching the outside, they firmed up nicely, okay? I'm going to take these off the plate. I'm going to take off one right now. I'm going to set this other one aside for later. Alright, now I have some butter here to pull this sauce together. Now that that's pulled off, I'm going to add some capers. Capers, nice, salty, briny. Again, Mediterranean flavors are going to go with this great Bronzino. Okay? I'm not going to cook the arugula. When I always finish a dish, I try to keep a lot of things like a really crisp, natural state. So I have my Bronzino here. The butter's really pulled this sauce together nicely. I'm going to take the tomatoes right over top. Just like that. Get some of this fresh wild arugula that we have here that I bought at Sobsy's. Also, that's where I purchased the fish. And just like a little nestle, little salad there. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil on top, like that. Maybe a little splash of salt and a little bit of pistachio. And there you have it. Pistachio crusted Bronzino with the arugula, tomatoes, capers. You can find this recipe on our website. Really delicious at anthonydavis.com. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Sunday.